Did you know Genya isn't the only person who eats demons? Or that Inosuke's wild boar head is more than just a fashion choice? Demon Slayer is full of hidden details, strange trivia, and shocking backstories that even hardcore fans might not know today. We're going through 44 incredible facts about Demon Slayer that will surprise you, make you laugh, and maybe even break your heart. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for the last one because fact number 44 explains something hilarious about Tanjiro's nickname that suddenly makes Inosuke's insults make perfect sense. Let's dive in. Point 1. Nezuko's hair changed. Before Nezuko was turned into a demon, she wore her hair pinned up nicely, just like many young girls at the time. But after her transformation, her hairstyle completely changed. She let it down loose. Why? Because she couldn't take care of it anymore, and Tanjiro didn't know how to style hair. It's a small detail, but it shows how much Nezuko lost after becoming a demon, even in the little things. 2. Inosuke's crow problems. Like every other demon slayer, Inosuke has a Kasugai crow. Its job is to deliver his missions, but here's the funny part: Inosuke's crow hides from him most of the time. Why? Because Inosuke tried to eat it at least 18 different times. Poor bird. Can you imagine being assigned to Inosuke and living in constant fear of becoming lunch? 3. Rengoku and the flute demon. Rengoku has always been known for his passion and his shouting, but here's an interesting fact: he once burst his own eardrums on purpose. When he first became a Hashira, he fought the flute demon, whose blood demon art controlled people through sound. To resist, Rengoku destroyed his hearing temporarily. Maybe this explains why he's so loud. He had to learn to rely less on listening and more on projecting his voice. 4. Tanjiro, the pen pal Tanjiro, is pure sunshine, so it makes sense that he enjoys writing letters. He has multiple pen pals, including Yurikodaki, Sanjuro, Tengen, and even Jiu. The wholesome part is that almost everyone writes back except one person, and yes, you probably already guessed who. Surprisingly, Kanao isn't on his letter list, which is strange considering how close they are later. Maybe she appears in a different list we haven't seen. 5. Gyomi's blindness. Strongest Hashira is Gyomi, the stone Hashira. You might assume he lost his eyesight in some epic battle, but actually, he went blind as a child due to a high fever. What's incredible is that despite this huge challenge, he still trained himself into one of the most powerful demon slayers ever. 6. Becoming Hashira fast. Gyomi didn't just become strong, he did it fast. He became a Hashira only 2 months after joining the Demon Slayer Corps. That's almost impossible, and the only other person to do the same? Michiru Tokito. 7. Michiru's young age. Muakiro was just 14 years old when he became a Hashira. Think about it, while most kids are still figuring out school, he was already fighting upper moons. 8. Michiru's family secret. There's something shocking: Michiru is actually related to Kakashibo, Upper Moon 1, during their fight in the Infinity Castle. Kakashibo reveals that Michiru is his descendant. Imagine learning that one of the strongest demons in history is your great-grandfather. 9. Kanao's naming story. When the Kako sisters found Kanao, Shinobu was in charge of giving her a name. But Shinobu's suggestions were hilarious. They were all names of birds and fish. Thankfully, Kenzaki stepped in and chose Kanao. Otherwise, imagine her being called Pigeon Kako. 10. Kanao's hobbies. Despite being quiet, Kanao has the cuttest hobbies. She loves blowing soap bubbles, giving little presents like desserts to others, helping with cooking, and even squeezing cat paws whenever she finds one. She might not say much, but her actions show how sweet she really is. 11. Mitsuri's unique hair. In the Swordsmith Village arc, we learn Mitsuri was born with black hair. Her iconic pink and green look came later because she ate 170 Sakura rice cakes every day for 8 months. Yes, food literally changed her appearance. 12. Mitsuri's breathing style. First, Mitsuri trained under Rengoku as his Tsugugo, learning flame breathing, but she couldn't fully master it. So instead, she created her own style of breathing based on what she learned. 13. Mugen Train's record. Mugen Train isn't just sad, it's history making. The movie is the highest grossing Japanese film ever, making over $500 million worldwide. That's a huge achievement. 14. Rui's weakness. Rui, the spider demon, gave Tanjiro and Nezuko one of their hardest battles. But here's the twist: he wasn't even at full strength. Rui weakened himself by giving part of his power to his family, making him much less dangerous. 15. A voice actor couple behind the scenes, Tamayo's Japanese voice actress, Meyer Sakamoto, is married to Albani's voice actor, Kenichi Suzumura. A cute connection hidden in plain sight. 16. Yuriko Daki's Tengu mask. Rako Daki always hides behind his Tengu mask. Why? Because he has a gentle face, and he felt embarrassed about it. So instead of showing kindness, he chose to project toughness. 17. Inosuke's boar head. Inosuke wasn't just being weird when he started wearing a boar's head. He was raised by a mother boar. After she died, he kept her head as a way to honor her and to feel like he still belonged with the animals. 18. Nezuko wins every time. Didn't challenge Nezuko to rock, paper, scissors. She almost always wins, even against Tanjiro. Either he's bad at the game, or he just lets her win to keep her happy. 19. Akaza's rule. Akaza never eats or harms women. When he was human, he loved a girl named Koyuki, and he carries that respect into his demon life. Muzan allows him to follow this role, which is rare for demons. 20. Fireworks and Snowflake. Akaza's attacks are inspired by his human memories. Fireworks he saw with Koyuki and the snowflake hairpin she owned. Even his compass needle came from martial arts Koyuki's father taught him. 21. Tanjiro's mom's strength. Tanjiro's hard head is no joke. He got it from his mom, Kai Kamato, who once headbutted a boar and walked away perfectly fine. 2. Tamayo's cleanliness. Tamayo hates dirty surroundings. If her space isn't spotless, she can't focus. As a doctor, this makes sense. Cleanliness is everything. 3. Obani's small appetite. Obani eats very little, sometimes going 3 days without food. But seeing Mitsuri enjoy her meals inspired him to eat more than usual. 4. Love at first sight. Obani's love story is sweet. When he first met Mitsuri, both he and his snake, Kaburimaru, panicked. The snake even bit him. Later, Obani gave Mitsuri socks to make her more comfortable about her uniform. 5. Muzan's strange bottom. Muzan has 7 hearts and 5 brains. That makes him extremely difficult to kill, one of the many reasons he's the most dangerous demon. 6. Shinobu's medicine skill. Shinobu's talent with medicine comes from her family, who worked in compounding medicine before demons killed her parents. That tragedy pushed her and her sister to join the Corps. 7. Rengoku's dream pet. Rengoku always wanted a pet, but his father never allowed it. Imagine Rengoku with a puppy now. That would have been adorable. 8. The worst band ever. In a manga extra, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tengen formed a band called Stylish Scruffy Democracy. Their music was so bad, it made people vomit. 9. Yushiro's obsession. Yushiro is devoted to Tamayo so much that he keeps a diary filled entirely with notes about her. Creepy or sweet, you decide. 30. Demon Slayer's animation costume. Ufotable makes Demon Slayer look stunning, but it comes at a price about $80,000 per episode. That's a huge budget for a 20-minute anime. 31. Tengen's arm strength. In a Hashira arm wrestling contest, Tengen ranked second strongest, just behind Gyomi. That's pretty impressive considering the competition. 32. Tanjiro and death. Tanjiro is tied to death in many ways. Not only did he lose his family, but he also witnessed his father coughing blood and even found his grandmother in her final moments. 33. Zenitsu's overbite. In a manga panel, Zenitsu is shown with an overbite. It's not obvious most of the time, but it's canon. 34. Genya isn't all Genya eats demon flesh to gain powers, but Kakashibo reveals he isn't the only human to do this. Others have tried it too. 35. Dual blades and to slayers are known to use to Nikiran blade. Inosuke and Tengen. 36. Daki's tragic name. Daki's human name was Yum, named after the disease that killed her mother, likely syphilis. A tragic reminder of her past. 37. Muzan's wives. Muzan married 5 women throughout history, but his cruelty drove all of them to take their own lives. 38. Sodsmith. Trouble Inosuke. Sodsmith, Kozo Kanamori, dislikes him because Inosuke always chips his swords on purpose to make them jagged. 39. Tailors dislike him too. It's not just swordsmiths. The tailors also dislike Inosuke since he constantly rips his uniforms. 40. Inosuke and Aoi. Despite his chaos, Inosuke ends up with Aoi, thanks to Nezuko being the best wingman. For 1. Kagaya's curse. Kagaya Yubiyashiki became leader of the Corps at just 4 years old. His family suffers a curse because of their relation to Muzan, giving them weak bodies and short lives. For 2. Nezuko's dream man. Before becoming a demon, Nezuko once said her dream man was like a rook in shogi, able to move straight and endlessly. A strange but thoughtful answer. For 3. Tanjiro's weird answer when asked about his dream wife. Tanjiro gave one of the strangest replies ever, a Shiba Inu that looks like a lily of the valley. His poor siblings must have been so confused. For 4. Tanjiro's nickname. During Hashira training, Tanjiro was given the nickname Mani because of how caring he is. That's why Inosuke sometimes calls him Manjiro, a mix of Mom and Tanjiro. Suddenly, all of his insults make sense.